everyone, welcome back. I hope you're doing really well and had a great weekend. So I've got a follow-up for you on one of the books I told you about before. It's the Dread Pirate Arcanist by Shami Stovall. Now you might remember I told you before writes the Frith Chronicles, and so I've only read one so far. I'll be telling you about the second book today. And as you might have guessed, it's about pirates. So it automatically is pretty awesome. I mean, dude, magic and pirates and mythical creatures. That's pretty freaking awesome. And I did a video before on how you should start with the second book, and this totally could fall into that category. I really enjoyed the first one, obviously, or I wouldn't have gone for the second book. But this one was even more fun for me, actually, because, well, dude, running around fighting these mythical creatures and dread pirates. And I love how they call everyone dastards, so that they're not technically cussing, but it's kind of similar sounding, similar meaning. Maybe not as far as the literary sense, but when people say it, you know what they mean. And so, those dastard pirates. But we're still following. Volk is running everything. And, of course, he can't not get into trouble with his little group. And it starts off, they're on a new island, and there's going to be a griffin bonding ceremony, which, who doesn't love griffins? But, of course, it does not go as planned, because some of the griffins go missing, and then we find out pirates are involved with spreading the plague from the last book. And these aren't just any pirates. These are the Dread Pirates, led by Callisto, who, well, kind of has a history with this group, or at least with Ilya, who is very important, and I love it. They're teenagers, and it definitely shows, because they are all very awkward, and they all have their crushes, and they're driving their teacher insane. Because it's very obvious to everyone that Ilya and Addie both have a thing for Volk, who clearly has a crush on Addie. And we've still got Zaxxas, who can't figure out whether he's going to be nice or be, snobby prick. But he has a thing for Ilya. And nobody knows what to do with any of this information, and of course, none of them are admitting it, even though they occasionally think about it and then chicken out. Which, they're teenagers, what are they gonna do? They kind of all got thrown together, and 4 of them know each other and have very complicated, structure at best. And I think one of my favorite lines is their, teacher, Master Zelfru, who at one point goes, I swear, they're gonna kill themselves just to spite me. And his little, helper, his magical creature, she's like, yeah, they're like lemmings on a cliff, which is very much true. Every time you turn around, they are running off half-cocked, no real plan, and of course, it does not go well, even as well as they had half-planned it. And, of course, they always almost die, but they're teenagers, it's their book. They probably can't be killed. Maybe. There is a good handful of them, so we could lose 1 or 2. And it's like, alright, we're not going to tell anyone, we're just going to go off and do this, because, of course, if the masters can't do this when they're all grouped together, clearly they just suck, and we can do it, because, well, duh. They're young, they're fresh, they can come up with something. No. But it's fun watching them try and watching them deal with it and watching their teachers like, I don't know whether I want to help them or help the bad guys off them myself because they're so stupid and not listening to me. Because he keeps telling them what to do and they keep going, yep, sure. Nah, we ain't doing that. And it turns out some of these ancient mythical creatures might be real, like the world serpent, who is, he can essentially not create a world, but he can, show off and beat the Leviathan and the Atlas turtle who, has a island on her back. He's bigger and creates more land than this turtle does. And he's also very deadly. And our dread pirate is trying to find a way to find one of these. And because apparently what we learn in this book is that you can take bits from a magical creature, an eldritch, and create trinkets that bind their power with somebody else's to make this massive, overpowered bracelet or whatever the heck you want to make out of it. As we find out when Volk gets sick and we end up with a phoenix feather and this super healing, Arcanist power that goes, alright, as long as you wear this on your wrist, it's got the magic of me and my eldritch as well as, kind of sort of phoenix power. Because you can't use parts of the same creature whose power you're borrowing. So it makes a new, more powerful-ish thing. And apparently it's like, oh, so that's why no one can touch this guy, because he's just dripping in trinkets and is basically immortal. Because nothing can hurt him, he's just uber healed. And so, we spend this whole book, Elia's kind of on a revenge quest to take out this dread pirate. And it ain't going so well. But they do have minor wins along the way, and we learn more of everybody's history. And I just love all the interactions and how snarky some of these animals get. And how much they are absolutely driving their mentor insane. He's overwhelmed. He should not be having 6 mentees that are completely insane. They have got too much going on in their own little struggles that nobody is willing to talk about with anybody else. And he's trying to pretend he has a hold on it, but no. It's just, no. That poor guy is in over his head even when he's sober. And Volk ends up kind of being like his second in command, as much as you can tell. He's like, I hate this frickin' kid, he's nothing but trouble. And he leads the rest into trouble, but yet somehow he's the only one that vaguely listens to me, despite not listening to me at all, and kind of has a head on his shoulders, telling him don't do this, but what the heck, we're gonna go do it anyway. Even when they almost do what they're told, they still end up not. But it's a lot of fun just watching them try all these different methods to take out this pirate that has been terrorizing the world for decades, and watch the masters just go insane, just dealing with them and giving even the other masters are kind of giving each other crap in this one. So it's very character driven, but there is a lot of action, a lot of sass, a lot of almost romance, and we get to learn a lot of things that are kind of left as cliffhangers. Or are they going to grow? Are they going to get over it? Is this going to become a big thing that moves them along and causes trouble later on? So, I would definitely recommend this one. I got my Kindle Unlimited subscription back, so I am going to be keeping up with this one, and I hope you enjoy it as well. Bye! See you next time!